Hey future artist, I'm David Monk, after school STEAM educator with Children's Museum Houston. Welcome to our lovely art gallery today. This spring break is brought to you by the Wortham Foundation. So today we're going to make paper sunflowers. So the materials that you'll need are some masking tape, cello tape, a ruler and a pencil, a pair of scissors, some cardstock, and some chopsticks. So the first step is you want to take your ruler and you're going to measure 7 centimeters at each 7 centimeter mark, 7, 14, 21. You're going to measure across and you're going to make a line on the top of the paper. Then you'll do the same thing on the bottom of the paper. Once you've done that, you'll turn your ruler the other way and you'll draw your lines. So when you're done, you'll have 3 different sections of 7 centimeter pieces of cardstock. Once you've completed that step, the next thing is to cut all 3 of them. I have 1, but remember to cut out all 3 of the strips. Once you've done that, you're going to take your ruler and you're going to mark the 2 centimeter on both sides, and you'll do that to all 3 sheets of paper. The next step after that is you're actually going to take your cardstock and you're going to fold it over, all 3 pieces on that 2 centimeter line. So it'll look something like this. The next step, the line is important. So the next step, you're going to take your scissors, and you don't have to measure out each centimeter, but about every centimeter, you're going to cut on the bottom just to that little fold you made. If you cut too far, you'll have to start over, so be careful. See on the bottom, and then you'll do the same thing on the long side. You'll cut them all the way to the end and stop just short of the fold on the paper. All right, so the next step you're going to do is you're actually going to start to make your little paper flower creation. So you'll need your cello tape for this. And you want to fold them into a circle. Now, at first, they may not look all that great, but as we get further into this art activity, it'll start to look a lot better. So I'm going to use just a little bit of piece of tape here, and then I want to take it and try and make it as round as possible and kind of flatten out your flower just a little bit. All right, so it'll look something like that. It'll look better when it's laying on your paper. It'll be more round. So once you've cut out all 3, because remember you're going to do 3 of these, you're going to take them and you're going to attach them to the paper. Now, you need to leave some room at the bottom because in the end we're going to put some stems and we're also going to make a vase for it. All right, so detach your paper sunflowers. Next step is when you need your masking tape. So you actually won't use this tape today, or if you choose to, you can. But all you really need is you're going to use it to trace some circles. So I've already done that, but you'll just use that to trace a nice circle for your flowers. Next step, go ahead and cut out all 3 of those circles. Here are mine. After that, you're going to take your circles and they're going to be the center of your flower. So you'll need some cello tape and start to attach them to the center of each flower. I like to use cello tape for this because it's harder to see, and as you can see, you got to kind of put it on the outside. So it'll still look great. Remember, it's your art. If you like it, that's all that matters. All right, so I've got my first one on. Go ahead and add my second. If you only have white cardstock at home, that's okay, because in the end you can pull out some paint or some markers and you can color it yourself, or maybe you want them to be white. That's okay as well. Remember, it's your art, you make it how you want. All right, I've got my last center here. Now you can see, I'll show you here in a minute, they're really starting to look like flowers. Before they just kind of looked up, cut pieces of paper, but now they're actually starting to take on that flower form, or sunflower form. Okay, let me put one more piece of tape here. And I'll kind of hold you up to show you what we're working with. So yours at this point should look something like this. Not necessarily the colors, but the shape and the design, a little bit like this. It can be different. So the next thing you'll need are your chopsticks. So you'll need 1 chopstick for every flower. So I've got my 3 chopsticks, and these are gonna be our stems, and I'm just gonna slide them underneath the flowers. And I've got my last one. So I'm gonna secure it, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. A couple more pieces of tape should do it. All right, I think that's gonna be nice and secure. So now I've got my stems connected to my flowers. All right, the last step is you want to take another piece of cardstock, and all I've done is I've drawn a vase or a bowl. You can draw pretty much whatever you like in any shape. You want to make it a little bit bigger, and I'll show you why. So once you've drawn your design, your vase, you're going to cut that out. And then here's a little trick to make this just a little bit more three-dimensional. You're gonna fold it in a little bit. Fold it so it actually comes out at you, out of your creation. Once you've folded it a good bit, you got that nice curve. Then you're gonna put it on the bottom of your stems. More cello tape. Attach your vase. All right, so now I've got my vase attached. You can see that there. And then the very last thing you want to do, since we're artists today, sign your work. I'm David Monk, after school STEAM educator, Children's Museum Houston. We'll see you next time.